So who's for or against the truckers in Ottawa? Many are sharing their strong opinions these days. You may have friends or family members posting their thoughts on social media. Two national polls are now giving us a clearer idea of the support for the protests and the contempt for what some view as the ongoing occupation in our nation's capital.
But over a quarter of people who are fully vaccinated are supporting the protest. So Adrian, that sort of tells me that the government message about follow the rules and public health is starting to wear a little thin for people.
For the last 2 years, the vast majority of Canadians have done what's asked of them. At the very least, they've rolled up their sleeve to do their part and get vaccinated. A Leger poll asked Canadians if they support the self-described trucker convoy for freedom messaging that vaccine and public health mandates need to end. 17% say they strongly support it, and 15% say they somewhat support the messaging, for a total of 32%, while 62% in total oppose the messaging.
To some degree, you've got some really angry people and potentially sort of the anti-vax who really feel that they've been marginalized. The larger percent, though, are just people who are frustrated, tired, fatigued by the pandemic.
When we looked a little bit deeper and we tried to understand who were these people, what we found was politics plays some role.
Ottawa-based Abacus Data released a similar poll recently and broke their findings down by political party. The vast majority of those polled who support the far-right leaning People's Party of Canada felt they had something in common with the protesters. Interestingly, Green Party supporters were the next group who felt they had the most in common with the trucker convoy, followed by divided Conservative Party voters, though it's important to point out that the small sample size of Green supporters in the survey may have led to a higher percentage.
We've seen among Green Party supporters a skepticism, an outright opposition to vaccines, to big pharmaceutical companies, and this whole natural health perspective that they have. When it comes to the Conservative Party, what I think these results show is just how divided that party supporters are.
When you listen to the people at the demonstration, a lot of them, what do they want? Oh, we got to get rid of Trudeau. Well, they didn't vote for Trudeau in the first place.
Political science professor Nelson Wiseman believes even with a percentage of Canadians feeling a connection to the trucker protest, the Prime Minister may be gaining more support with each passing day.
Trudeau only got 33% of the vote in the last election. The Conservatives did better. But here's an issue where I think more support is being driven to the Liberals because people are increasingly sympathetic to what people in Ottawa are undergoing.
Professor Wiseman adds that where there could be political ramifications from the protests are in provinces like here in Ontario that have Conservative governments, because their voter base is so divided on the issue, while the Liberals, NDP, and the Bloc have supporters who are much more united on the need for science-based public health mandates.